Hey YouTubes, Geoffrey here on Nitoroi. Today, I'll start with a quote. I have made a ceaseless effort not to ridicule, not to bewail, not to scorn human actions, but to understand them. That was Baruch Spinoza, a Dutch Enlightenment philosopher, and that quote has really resonated with me because over the past several months I've started to recognize my own naivete in understanding why things are the way they are. And as I've recognized it in myself, I've started to recognize it in others as well. And it's one reason why I continue to recommend people to Jonathan Haidt's The Righteous Mind, because for me it was the first step in understanding how little I understand about the people around me, about people in general, about the world, about how complex things really are. Indeed, most things that we think we have a handle on are actually far more complex than we could imagine, than any of us could imagine. Even if you think about small systems that we may be a part of, a company or an organization, that once you're inside of it, there seems to be no real design. It just functions and it just works, but no one can really explain how it works because no one's really in control. I mean, you've got hierarchies, you've got leaders in organizations, but no one's deciding what every person should do every minute of every day. I guess that's the principle of, say, a capitalist economy, that no one understands everything that's going on. No one understands all of the commodities that need to be produced or every price that needs to be put on things. People just figure out their own little part of the system and make it work for them, and in some invisible, handish, magical kind of way, it all kind of works. And I suppose that's why capitalism and liberty have become so intertwined. I mean, on a philosophical level, they're quite compatible. In a capitalistic system, no one's telling you what to do. I guess that's the idea of liberty, that no one tells you what to do. And isn't that what we all want? That we do what we want to do. No one tells us what to do. And even for someone like me, who needs someone to tell me what to do, that I do very well in structured situations. I thrived in a military environment. I will pay people to tell me what to do, i.e. going to a gym and having a trainer. But even then, I don't like when they tell me what to do. I don't like when a coach or a teacher corrects me. It hurts, pisses me off, tells me I'm wrong. I don't like that feeling. But I trust them, and I trust that they're telling me what they are because they want the best for me. So I swallow my pride, and I try to accept what they're telling me and adapt to it. But what if I didn't think that? What if I didn't trust them? What if I had good reason to believe that what they were telling me was actually an attempt to make me weaker so that they could exploit me? Would I still swallow my pride and internalize what they're saying? Probably not. I'd probably find the first excuse I could to believe the exact opposite of what they're telling me. Now, with that little analogy, is it so hard to believe that when we enlightened environmentalists try to educate the world on climate change, that they don't believe us? Do they have good reason to? Yes, they do. Because we are out to destroy their civilization. Now that seems a little bit harsh, but take, for example, a speech recently given by Naomi Klein. She was the director of a film called This Changes Everything, which ironically didn't change anything. But her speech was entitled Capitalism versus the Environment. And I think that sentiment is very prolific among environmentalists, among progressives, among the people who want to change things. Because if you want to change anything, you're trying to change a system that for the most part works. And for those of us who recognize the problems in our capitalist system that have led to the problems we face in the environment, well, a lot of us just want to see the whole system go to pieces. But I think we have to realize that there are an infinite number of ways for things to get worse. There are a small number of ways for things to get better. And to say that we understand those ways perfectly, and that we have all the answers and we can control all of the outcomes, is incredibly naive. This idea I stumbled upon very recently, and it's definitely given me a better idea of understanding why people rebel against the information they're getting, especially when it comes to things like climate change. They don't trust that we are neutral actors, that we are fairly reporting objective facts. Because we're not. We want to change things. And part of changing that is changing their lives. And when we talk in such a way that we threaten something that they see as vital to their lives, why would they believe us? I'll leave it there for now.